Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Doubt there's much of anyone here yet, but we're gonna get the word out on the Twitters and the Discords and the internets. See who shows up. Next step in the campaign is gonna be pretty interesting. We are at the point where we're going to have to start dealing with competing companies on the same planet. Which I didn't expect to happen. Economic warfare in the 20-something century. Starting on rounds? Rounds? No, that's got to be an O. Ronos? Planet Ronos. Full of precious raw materials. The company's financially ruined. Probably because of last time. Let's see. Build up a civilization with 4 million people. Reach 2 million people before Joe does. Save Bonka Island. Tear down the mines. Bring 3 Ideon crystals to Lean. And take over Joe's supply outpost to win time. Great, so time is a thing now. We don't have all of the time in all of the worlds. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot will change under my leadership. Only to the better, of course. Oh, I guess they're starting me here. Alright, well, I got some nice resources right off the bat. We're going to slow down to quarter speed. Right, I need a warehouse. We've got a desert spot right here that can have a warehouse. It's next to fertile land, so yeah, that's good, because warehouses don't negatively impact what's nearby. And we've got multiple gold deposits that we're going to want to get rid of. That uranium deposit is very tempting. We also have bamboo. Interesting. Alright, well, we need power, and it looks like, well, let's see. What's my best options for power nearby? What have I got in terms of coal? There's a whole lot of it in that mountain, apparently. Uranium? I've got a good bit of uranium nearby. We might go nuclear to start out. We do have some decent coal. We've got some decent gas deposits, but I really like the amount of uranium that I'm seeing. So yeah, we're gonna go nuclear. Just to start. We'll likely want other options later on. Let's see, nuclear does produce a lot of production. High levels of ground production as a result of nuclear waste and the mining and refinement of uranium. Very low emissions, though, which is important. Yeah. Oh. Right, I forgot. They're also expensive to build. Well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and sell a couple of early shares so that we can get a quick start. Get that power plant up. Build ourselves a spaceport on some less than habitable land. Well, less than arable land is what I really mean. And what do you want? Oh. So that's why we're here. We're going to start mining the gold nearest the city on spaces that I'm going to want. And once we have a spaceport, I'm going to want another warehouse with what I'm doing. I'm going to be relying on rare earth trades early on. Native city, that's a new thing. Guess I've got a lot of gold to work with, but not much else. need some goods. Does bamboo count as forest? Well, we can examine the native vegetation once we have a bit more money. We just need to wait for the uranium kicked in. Now we got fertile land over here to build a farm on. Well, industrial farm is just so space efficient. It's so emissions intensive for what you get out of it. Oh well. They're just too good to pass up. And we're going to need some sort of goods production. Well, we've got some nice rock deposits nearby. I could totally stick a quarry on this guy and this guy and put a factory there. I like that idea. So let's do some manufacturing, huh? Working on it. Give me some time. Time to speed up time, speaking of. We're still losing profits because our goods are low. Well, that and we're mining. Okay, how long on that spaceship? We're gonna need another 8 minutes before we get our first ship in. Alright, we're gonna need to sell another share to get through this part. That's fine. As soon as we have this quarry up, we will, should be generating some profit. We can start working towards selling our shares. As people will start moving in. And now we can, you know what? Let's chop down that bamboo and let's build some good storage and a cold storage for all the extra food we're producing. Should have built the good storage first. Oh well. That's fine. I've never actually managed to hit negatives this early before. Uh-oh. You know what? We're gonna take a different approach. Let's just call that my bad and start over. Why does it say I'm playing Project Setsuna? It shouldn't say I'm playing Project Setsuna. There, I changed it. Thanks for noticing that, Draconic Rose. Alright, we're gonna restart this one, because I failed. Need to consider the upfront cost of uranium. Okay, so, slow time, way down. Step 1 is to get profit flowing. Let's take a look at the build costs on these as well, because that part, oh, that part I can't see from here. Can I see it from here? No. I can't check that up front. However, the operational costs on a gas power plant are pretty low. Lower than coal. And we've got a couple of things of gas nearby, so we'll go gas this time. And industrial farm, because again, low operational cost. I'd very much like to get the park district, because it is much nicer to build with park districts. So yeah. We've got spaceport and warehouse, naturally. Operational cost 6, 4, 10, 8, 8. We could do forestry setup, but it just doesn't produce the goods that a stone quarry does. It also doesn't it also produces 1/5 of the emissions. Didn't think of that until just now. Doesn't cost nearly as much money, energy, or pollution either. Alright, so you, and if we want to go to level 2, we're going to need a second kind of good and a second kind of food. Shopping malls are a fairly cheap way to get goods in terms of emissions. Factories do pretty good. Maybe we should try recycling. We haven't played with those before. Everything else can wait. So, I want an industrial farm right here on that fertile land. I want to hit the D button for that gas power plant right here on this gas deposit. I want to tell the professor to buzz off. There you go. And I want to build a forestry. What? Weird. Okay, so the bamboo counts for the forestry. And the forestry will happily exist on that desert spot. Nice. Hello, Hidden Alith. Life is good. How are you? Set up a warehouse once we're able to. It'll be a little bit. Once the forestry finishes built, I should start pulling in a bunch of people and the profit should start going up. I don't know exactly how that's calculated, but I don't think I'm going to get enough out of what I've got going right now. Not enough starting capital, or something. Maybe the taxes out here are just terrible. Alright. Well, we've got enough to support... What? I can support quite a few park districts, actually, on what we're producing. 3, 6, 9, 12. 4, I believe. It is a colony builder where I am on this planet and I'm building cities to exploit its resources in a hopefully responsible manner. I'm also attempting to build 4 million, space for 4 million people. Alright, you know what? I am actually going to end up turning a profit if I just wait long enough. As more people move into the city center. I think I currently have a good bit of overproduction happening, though. So, we're going to want to get some warehousing set up as soon as possible so we can start stashing all of our extras. Interesting. As more people move in, they're consuming more goods and power, food, more resources all around. This was not covered in the tutorial. And I'm not sure what the ratio is. The help in this game is minimal yet. You have to basically learn as you go. But what we can do, once we have the money, is build up a park district to increase quality of life in the city center, make everybody happier. Happy taxpayers are profitable taxpayers. Unfortunately, that's going to cost, what, 2 grand? Oh, we're almost there. There we go. And I'm building right on that uranium deposit because we're not going to be doing much in the way of uranium mining unless I can't avoid it. so... Right, the park district is now, when it is full, consuming that 332 that it said it would. So that's how it goes. Interesting. And a city center consumes 10, 12, 12. So that's expensive to upgrade. Have to keep that in mind. These are numbers I should have paid attention to earlier. Alright. I don't have time to wait. We'll sell off 10% of the colony so that we can get a couple of warehouses up and a spaceport. Now, those warehouses and that spaceport all consume power. Total of 6. Yep. 6 power and 6 credits. We're still making profit and we're still ahead on power as well. I want to get a cold storage built so that we can start getting some food put away, and I want to get a good storage built so we can start putting away some of our lumber, and I want to start mining gold, and I want to mine the gold that is closest to the city first. So you and you. Now that mining operation is taking away 2 credits per month each, so that cuts into the profit as well. But it immediately starts filling up the warehouses. Alright, the cold storage is costing us a bit of extra energy, pollution, and emissions per month. If we take a look at our technology, we can see that linked off of the warehouse. The super battery is also, it's also an extra credit per month. But yeah, all of the warehouse upgrades do the same thing, basically. But yeah, now, rather than sell off more of the company, I think it's time to wait for the first ship to come in. It'll be here soon. 3 minutes 44 at normal speed, but we can shorten that by cranking it up to 4x. And then we'll be able to sell off gold. And then we'll get a battery together. The idea is to run at a surplus this time, and use our spaceport to regularly sell off all of our extra. And use that to continue funding colony development. Unfortunately, we are now out of storage space. That's okay. Ship will be here any second now. And hopefully we'll have something useful for us to buy so we can blow up some of these mountains. There's the ship. Bravest I'm hitting 3 grand anyway, and can start building that super battery onto one of my warehouses. Alright, I'm gonna sell some gold. You do not have any Ideon bombs. We're also going to sell some grain, even though it's not the best. And we'll have timber to sell sometime soon. But it's time to build more storage onto our warehouses so that we can store all the things. Which means we can sell all the things. And you'll note how it shows you what you are able to store over top of all of them. Excellent. Besides, you just in general are going to want to upgrade everything. we've got a load of lumber. We can... Ooh, another load of gold. We can... You are all full up. And you have nothing I really want to take off of your hands. Waterworks. Interesting. If I had a ton of excess cash. Maybe next time. Merchant. Alright, you're full. Go away. It starts the timer for the next merchant a little bit faster. Alright, so I can afford another park district. Just barely. But that's good enough. And that'll get me more population, which will get me more money. And I'm going to start chopping down this forest here. There we go. We freed up some space. And we're going to wait for some profits to roll in. And then we're going to build ourselves another gas planet. Because we're running low. The other gas reserve is right next to our currently only farm. It's going to have a negative impact on our agriculture. We'll have to set up another farm. Or expand out. Which is probably the better plan. I love the music in this game. It's very, very relaxing. Actually, it didn't even have enough of a negative impact on our agriculture. We are producing too much grain. And too much power now, for that matter. Oh, hey, look. A friendly merchant has happened by. Good. Not the most profitable run, but it frees up space in my storage, so I'm not overproducing. Which is nice. And you... I can't afford anything that I would want to buy from you, so get out of here. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get more lumber production going, actually. Alright, this is gonna seem weird, but I'm going to build myself a lumber mill on this desert. Because it has the same production as it does anywhere else on the desert. What putting it on the desert does is allows me to stick a forest... Oh, I don't need to license that. I can study the local vegetation. And that's going to get my goods back into the positive. And then I'll go ahead and expand as soon as I hit that 5,000 mark. We'll get our city center up, and that'll get us more space to build with. And more population, so more profit. Oh dear. Native city. Already inhabited. This is, interesting. We haven't had to deal with natives before. Oh, hey. I'll take a science district. Sure. Alright, so why did I want this guy here? Well, because when your cities are at level 2, you need to have 2 varieties of food and 2 varieties of goods for them to be at their happiest. And if you are looking at producing more goods, you can go ahead and produce factories, which get a bonus when they are adjacent to lumber mills and stone quarries. And the lumber mills get a bonus when they are adjacent to forests. Now that we've scanned the bamboo forest, we'll be able to build one without needing to spend one of our licenses. So we're going to have very powerful goods production available to us. Unfortunately, we don't have great agriculture happening. Ooh, there's a fishing ground there. That would help a lot for food. Bing? Let's wait for the message about the Bing to appear. Oh! Nice. Buoy station. That will give us control of everything within 2 of it. So we'll get, you know, more gold deposits and such. Speaking of gold, I have more gold to mine, don't I? So that next time I have more gold to sell. And I'm thinking that when we hit that 400,000 people, or I build that science district, we will spend the license on getting fishing going. Farming and fishing. But of course, all of this comes after the factory. And then we should work on upgrading our buildings, because there is a penalty for not having your buildings upgraded, a score penalty. Soon now, soon. Come on, give me a tooltip here. No? There we go. Oh dear. And the competition has landed. Oh dear. That's not going to go over well with these guys. Looks like the ruthless exploitative capitalists have won. Again. Surprising no one. Alright. Now, these guys are unhappy because they don't have a second source of food, but I'm about to fix that by building that science district over here. We'll end up moving it later on. Every city is going to want a science district anyway because it protects them from other things. And I believe they used to be used for a different research system that has since been replaced with the research license and tech license system. But yes, you will buy me my fisheries, which I'm going to go ahead and build one down here on this fishing ground. When I have money. Ooh, I'm low on power. Maybe I build another gas plant first. Maybe I get sad about not having access to another gas plant. Uh-oh. This can't end well. I guess we wait and find out what they're... What? Alien Investments Incorporated. Okay. Too many things happening all at once. Oh, that just shows me whose city it is. Interesting. Excellent. Now I can talk to the natives. Okay, I'm giving them 1,000 timber. Because I've got a ton of it. Why not? Yes, capital. I have things I can do. Gotta love money. Okay, food, fishery, on the fishery. We're gonna need more power from somewhere. I don't know where that somewhere will be quite yet. Where's my other power plant? Don't I have a guy there? Yeah, so next door to a gas deposit is better than just out in the open. 2 million before Joe does. We need to get on that, which means that we need to upgrade that. Lots of construction noises. What's that last message? Store industrial and consumer goods and offer them as a present. Hopefully they will listen favorably to us afterwards. I guess you can only negotiate with the tribe with a tribe that your city limits touch. That's okay. All right, I want to build more districts. That I do. Which means, unfortunately, even though I don't really have the room to store it. Well, you know what? We can put a park district here, and a park district here. All of these will be necessary eventually, and we can start chopping down more trees, I guess. I swear I just heard the message noise. Maybe it came from her. Okay, that sounds great. I like increased income. Is it an infrastructure? No. Urban development. This is a financial district. Generates very high tax revenues, which are further increased by neighboring districts, but this does affect the mood. Okay. So it gives me a lot of money, but makes for unhappy people. I don't know, I feel like happy people are going to do better for me in the long run. How much longer on a trader? We no longer need to wait on traders. We have our own source. We are producing more goods than that. Ooh, tech license. That's good. It's not relevant at the moment, but it's good. Nice. Nice! Look at all that land. And what's here? A watchtower. Let's rebuild that. Okay, sure. Give me a minute. Gold deposit, rocks. Slow the game down while we're looking at our new land. Coast desert land. There's some fertile land under here. Another gas reserve under that. Well, they did not start me in a very happy place. It's okay. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to start... Wait, we finished our ship. We need to sell goods and food. I guess I filled this spaceship up. Just in case you had forgotten about that ruin. Hello, Heath. Oh, come on, I want to build a new ship. Right, we're on 1/4 speed. Can't build a new ship until this closes up. But the reason I am so eager to build a new ship is I want to start chopping down trees so that I can make room for an expansion. Right, industrial farms are best placed rather far away from each other. Let's see if they're okay with me sticking a farm next to their land. And then let's go ahead and build more park districts. I have tons of grain. Oh, there it is. I'm just blind. That's the problem. But yes, we have thousands and thousands of grain stored, so I'm not going to worry about upgrading our food anytime soon. You know what? We can do a financial district in between park districts. That sounds like a good idea. And we're going to go ahead and mine that and that. And the whole plan is once I have this entire circle built out, so it's all, you know, 2 away for, well, actually up to 3 away. 2, 3, yeah, up to 3 away. Once I have this triangle-ish shape filled in, then I'm going to go ahead and start upgrading everything. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea of having financial in-between. It seems like a really good way to have a lot of power. Oh, and we have unlocked another technology, so we're going to grab wind farms because they are the best thing ever. Energy wind farm. Because they produce 24 on the coast and 16 anywhere else for basically no emissions and no pollution. They are just expensive up front. Which is a mild issue at the moment, but not a huge one. Because we are producing a ton of a lot of things. We're underproducing on power at the moment, but I'm looking to fix that. Okay. why it was making that noise. That was weird. Anyway, we need to slow things down so that we can get that wind farm going. That gets our power situation under control, and then we can start upgrading. You are 4 of 6. We need to upgrade that and that first, and we need to check whatever that mission was, whatever that message was. Oh, hey! Right, and I can take them over if I can get my territory over there, which I'll be able to do now that I can upgrade this. Well, now that... Let me rephrase that. Now that I can upgrade this. Yeah, they're not happy with that farm being directly next to them. Hello? What was that? I have no idea what that spinny disc of something was. Anyway, that's fine. It can wait. I want 2 more financial districts. Here. Here. Power supply is low. Goods supply is criminally low. Well, that's okay. Goods we have answers for. Ah, why? Why? Did not mean to do that. Spin around the entire world. Apologies. Uranium deposit. You can have another forestry there. And don't quite have the cash. Now I do. To put a bamboo forest here. And then we'll chop this one. Build another one right here. Here, put another forestry there. You see how this is going, right? Then we can put a... actually, we might end up chopping this one and putting a factory there and a factory there. No, I didn't want to do that. Cancel. Cancel! Alright, we're back in the business on goods. Another wind farm. Just look for the glowy square. There's more gold in the water, yes. I don't need it yet. We're getting to where I care, but not yet. Alright, we're starting to run low on food, though, and that's a good reason to fix this buoy. Also, it gets us a little bit further out there. Hey, you. How about some timber to negotiate with, eh? Yeah. I got trees. You like trees? We got trees. Trees like you wouldn't believe. We're running out of room. Okay. Let's expand our financial districts first. tech. Yes. We are beating Joe at the moment. And that gets me close enough to take this over, doesn't it? I thought. Maybe I need to repair that watchtower first. Right. Let's fix that. Joe's bar is the bottom. It was just pointed out to me. This is what I get for trying to build environmentally friendly. Slows you down. Nice cheap production bonuses going on in our lumber mills so that we can keep up with demand on goods, continue the growth. Hang on. Right, we have to basically upgrade everything. Forgot about that. That's fine. And I believe that the ones that are ready for an upgrade light up or change color in some way. But I don't really see it. Yeah, like, the difference between this one and that two, I just don't see. Oh well. That was a solar farm. Nice. I'm actually kind of looking forward to building one of those. Fond memories of solar power. Hello, Cooper. Solar farms provide 16 as base. Nice. I'm actually kind of wishing I'd set up my tech buys a bit differently than I have. There. Thought I heard a ring-a-ding of, hey, I've got a message for you from somewhere. So yeah, the watchtower did indeed give me some land. So I might be able to take over his supply outpost there if I build a watchtower next to it. There, lots of cash now. Let's go ahead and get some upgrades going. New research. Awesome. Suspend production. That could be useful. Superconductor for solar farm. More energy, less money. I'd like to get my wind and solar farm tech, so I need energy technology, material technology, and physics if I want those. Pulse cannon, reactor upgrade, laser cannon. Apparently I don't just get that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and grab that superconductor for the solar farm, I think. I'm reading through the other options. Logistics building is basically an adjacency bonus to all of the things. Filter tech I'm less worried about. Urban gardening for Park District would be really nice. But the medication and the hydroponics I don't care about, but the selective fishing I do, as well as the organic farm eventually. There's just not enough points. There are not enough points anywhere. Well, here. This gets me towards two... Oh. That's fine. I don't get anything directly out of that upgrade, but I will get 2 more upgrades for things I do care about later on. And speaking of, there's one of them. I can now reduce the environmental impact of my windmills. I want to search out all of my farms. Upgrade them. All 2 of them. Excellent. Hello, Sniper Shy. Things are going well. How are you? You know, that mine is pretty nice. At the same time, I think I have an objective to destroy the mines. Too many goods, too much power, not enough food. Still working on that. Nope, that was tree stock care. That was the wrong building. That's okay. I've got the money. I should focus on doing some upgrades. Oh, hey, you're a district? Not exactly. But it can be equipped with a pulse cannon or a laser cannon or with shield generators. Interesting. The valid spaces for relocation also offer some interesting opportunities. Where is your... Ah, there's your other supply station. Low on goods. I mean high on goods and on food. Also on energy. Hang on. I don't know what button I was just pushing, but whatever. Ah, C for remediation. I could buy myself another research budget, but I think that's a temporary for this level 1. Waterworks. That's a brand new building, but the research budget is just more important to me. There. Upgrade all the things. Right, I can't get these guys to level 3 when they are on the edges. It's just not doable. Because, I mean, that's still 5 out of 7 at best. Yeah. I'll have to start another line if I want to. Is there another gas station or gas reserve anywhere that I can build? Of course not. That's fine. Sounded like a notification, but I guess it wasn't. It's alright. Glad I got it down to the slowest speed at the moment. Can't drop a new city center. I'm not gonna get to drop a new city center. Mine all the gold! More importantly, build me a buoy. Not exactly a third faction. However, it does look like there can be multiple factions. That's just the administrator come down to tell us how it be. The new boss. Out with the old boss. Say hi to the new boss. I definitely need more buildings. Okay. Need more money. I'm gonna need another spaceport at this rate. Alright, energy storage is full, so we sell off some of our energy. Food is almost full, so we sell off some food. People are starting to get unhappy because I don't have a third variety of food available. So I do nothing about it because there's not a darn thing I can do about it. Oh dear. Well, that set him way back. Too bad for him. And his people, for that matter. What was I doing? I need more food. My farms are upgraded, as are my fisheries. Open up navigation, set it to the fertility setting, and take a look. Once that's cleared out, we'll be able to get another good fishery. We can put one in here for now, though. And then we can see about another layer of expansion. Let's see, we got a financial district there, park district, science district. So right here, I'm going to want park here and here, and a financial district here. Wish there was an upgradable buildings overlay. I need the takeover city tech. That is not on my list. Interesting. I guess I'll earn that one eventually. Energy tech is probably a good idea. Gets me to at least one of the upgrades on my gas plants. And the wind lens for the wind farm, which makes them better. Oh, you know what? I do care about filter tech because of the exhaust filter for gas power plant. And I do like my gas power plants. I guess I could start trying out the biomass plants instead. Yeah. These let us build new buildings. Huh. Forestry plus can boost nearby biomass. That's interesting. Because I could do forestry, shopping malls, and recycling plants. Let's try that out next time I need power. I'm spending too many of my tech licenses this match on testing out different power systems. Good. I actually kind of want to run an energy deficit for a while. I've got too much of a surplus built up. Time to spend some of that. No point in building a surplus if you don't spend it eventually. Oops, sorry. Okay, so that gives me one guaranteed source of Ideon crystals. Neat. All I need to do is go out there and get it. That cleared out the energy surplus pretty quickly. Now we get a watchtower. We can claim those Ideon crystals. It's hilarious that that's even a possibility. I can relocate the watchtower within itself. Within the radius it opens up. Alright, I wanted to try putting up a biomass plant, didn't I? What did I do? I cleaned you. I keep hitting C instead of V. Okay. So biomass produces 20 to 28 at -6 and -8. Trying to leave before they start another fire. Later, Sniper Shy. Enjoy the rest. Well, that's a problem. The natives just revoked my access. And there doesn't seem to be a way for me to get it back. Looks like all of my darn food, too. Darn. Alright, well, we can work through this. Willing to negotiate again yet? No. Okay. I need 4,000 for what? Okay. He'll be happy if I replant some forest next to him. Let's do that. How about a park district? Yeah, I don't seem to mind the park district being nearby. Ooh, and I can plant seagrass to make my fisheries more effective. Good, because fish sells well. Not food. Forest. Seagrass. Thank you. That's not gonna... It doesn't give much, though. However, it does fight emissions, which is nice. I'm losing again. Friggin' tornado. It's really not what I need right now. Not nearly enough food. if I want those cities back, and I do, I'm gonna have to just go get them with watchtowers, I guess. Fine. Crud. I think I'm gonna lose. Because I didn't build densely enough. Well, I guess that's also part of the message of the game, you know? How easy it is to be nice and environmentally friendly when you don't need to be a capitalist that's competing in a market. Alright. Yeah, I think something went wrong because I tried to stop them from doing that. Because I keep messing with game speeds and such, you know? But yeah, I think that it's reasonable to attempt to make sure I have one next to me. One of each different thing, you know? But not multiples. Alright, I don't have any unlocked upgrades for any of my power yet. The easiest upgrades I can get for my power are the biomass, so I should try to make use of those. Extensive use of those. To make the best, most extensive use of those, I want lots of forestries. So yeah, let's try relying on solar biomass and wind. For now, we are going to go ahead and grab the industrial farm, the forestry, and the biomass plant. And we're going to go ahead and build the regular city districts as our start. And then we're going to surround those with support districts. Yeah. Step 1, we will get some power production going. Food, power, goods. All in one go. Excellent. Instant profitability with 3 buildings. Now we wait for some of that profit to roll in, and we start building city districts. They're no good for the environment. You know what? Yeah. Let's get a kickstart. Commence mining operations. People are really unhappy, but we'll fix that later. Okay, so juggling the whole, the 3-tile system throws off so much. It makes it hard to get the adjacency bonuses. But I don't think you need multiple things for an adjacency bonus to be basically full. That's probably where I'm screwing up. Because they normally produce 20, but next to a forestry they produce 26. Next to 2 forestries they only produce 28. So it's not really worth having them. Okay, I think I see a way to do this. Yeah. A way that works pretty good, actually. Organic agriculture does not use artificial fertilizers or pesticides. Yield is reduced, but the use of land is more sustainable. That's BS. Sorry, but no, the natural fertilizers and pesticides that we use on organic farms are much harsher on the environment than their artificial counterparts. And genetically modded crops are even better. So the organic farm ends up producing 16 to 32 when upgraded, and the genetically modified crops end up producing 26 to 45. With 4 pollution. These guys produce also 4 pollution. Okay, so industrial farms with proper automation and genetically modified crops end up better than organic farms. Good. I was going to be a little annoyed if that wasn't the truth. However, energy as biogas may be recovered from livestock excrement and agricultural waste. That's true, but that's something you should be able to build on your industrial farms as well. Sorry, I know a lot about this whole subject, and it annoys me that when things are misrepresented. At least they have the cattle farms being the emissions monsters that they actually are. And it makes it even worse with the... Yep. Excellent. They did not study the organic feeding. They did not study the science behind this at all. Organically raised feed for your animals does not make them healthier or produce less emissions. Outdoor enclosures increases emissions. The most emission-free cattle farm you can have is the most inhumanely cruel. That's why cattle are a terrible idea if we're looking for long-term environmental sustainability. But greenhousing with proper insulation and solar screens, as well as hydroponics, that is a great idea for long-term health of the planet. 10 to 22 ends up 14 to 26. So greenhouses don't produce much. Fisheries also don't produce much at 9 to 26 ever. Yeah, I have looked into it in pretty good detail. The best way for us to keep lots of cattle in terms of environmental friendliness is to keep them all in as contained an area as possible, collect all of the methane that they produce, and use it in energy. You will come out just barely energy positive if you do so, and find a way to reuse their waste as fertilizers and more energy production. Unfortunately, that means that you have cattle that are living in little, one cow-sized pens for the entirety of their lives, never seeing the sun, and it's inhumane. But the cattle industry also makes up something like 80% of the total emissions of the ranching industry. So if we just cut cows and goats and sheep out of our diets, then we take care of that right there. Eat more fish and chicken. And pigs. Pigs are great. They don't care. They don't want to move around. They don't have to. And they don't produce methane the way the ruminants do. Alright, so I'm going to need another kind of good. Usually I go with factories, but we're trying something new this time. We're trying shopping malls and... Oh, I see. If I hover over one, it shows me what they give a bonus and a penalty, what they get a bonus from, give a bonus to, and give a penalty to, or take a penalty from, don't they? Yeah, that's cool. I haven't paid attention to that before. Logistics makes everything more efficient. Auto repair and remediation is actually kind of cool. See, here we get into the puzzle game bit, because I've got these triangular tiles. Which part's not exactly right? But yeah, these I've got these triangular tiles that all have these adjacency effects and all have their preferred terrain. And because everything's a triangle, you can't have... something can only be adjacent to 3 other things. It ends up being a very complicated web, if you really want to, like, pave the world around your cities. The conventional animal breeding for meat produces overabundance of nitrogen-bearing stuff that can't be worked quick enough for a plant to be harmless. Do you mean, like, for other types of ranching? I'm talking about them in terms of, compared to cattle, for the most part. Anyway, shopping malls. I got distracted by the whole gives bonus things. Shopping malls gives bonus happiness to those. Neighboring districts. 15 to 20 goods. 15 to 25. Recycling plants produce a lot of goods and get bonuses from being next to city districts. They're expensive, both in terms of energy and money. Really, it seems like if you've got the space to use, that lots and lots of forestry is your best bet for goods. Just in terms of dollar and money and pollution per good. Cement processing makes quarries even worse in terms of pollution. And material recycling just causes them to produce more. I think happier people give more money. Maybe that's what I'm thinking, what I'm seeing here. I'm looking at it, I was looking at it purely from emissions, is what I was talking about, Cooper. Overall waste disposal is a whole nother can of worms. I don't expect that we're going to be able to convince people to stop eating meat. I certainly can't convince me to stop eating meat. So I don't expect that we're going to reduce the total amount of for consumption meat that we produce every year. Transitioning from more harmful animals to less harmful animals is a much easier sell. Just makes it even more expensive. I like what this shopping mall can do for me, though. Eating less isn't really the big issue, honestly. There's a pretty wide distribution issue, and a lot of the food people buy, they end up throwing away. But again, I was speaking purely in terms of emissions. Which, as far as I know, is the big, pressing, this needs to be solved soon sort of problem. But you're not going to convince people to start to change their diet to insects. So, pointing out things that would be better but are impossible to actually accomplish. Yes, that's what I'm saying. There's a twofold problem here when you're talking about reducing emissions from ranching. You need to, one, identify where the worst of the problems are, and two, how you can actually solve them. If we could convince the entire world to switch to veganism, this wouldn't be a problem. Then we'd have to deal with completely different problems. Like the fact that we do not have sustainable farming practices in this world. Greenhouse gains barely anything for being on that space. Or at least it doesn't get a penalty the way it does over here. Cats are fine. And I apologize if this was getting unpleasant for you. Not my intent at all. Here he comes. Oh no, that's just the ship leaving. Good, get out of here. Nobody likes you anyway. Biomass power is a fun idea, but that's pretty much all it is at the moment. Never enough money. Yep. I wonder if it would get a bonus next to the greenhouse as well. It does. Again, the same +4. Hello, Joe. Been waiting for him to show up. He showed up earlier this time. Neat. Yes. Definitely similarities. I haven't checked into that one in a while, though. Don't know how well it's currently doing, to be fair. To be honest. Sigh, I hate broke. Give him some lumber. That'll keep him happy. Alright, so I was attempting to... What? Move this guy? Not that I can afford that yet. Alright, I got energy issues that I need to solve. Really? Really? It's now the time? Really? There we go. That's what I've been waiting for. Build that watchtower. Whenever you upgrade the city center, your territorial borders grow. Oh, that's interesting. Power. Right. Got a plan. Now I need to do a stick of forest right here, and I've got a nice little ring of 6. Park, financial, park, science, financial, park. You need a park. Yeah, it's enacting it that's the difficult part here. I wonder if I can stick a shopping mall next to them and make them happy. That would be amazing if I could.
Hello. Yes, you.
Flush with cash. People are happy. Time to buy back before it gets more expensive. What is it attempting to do that's causing that? Nope, that didn't make him any happier. So the only thing that's going to make them happier is planting a forest next to them. Darn. Oh well. Be right back. Need to hit the restroom. I need 4,000 gold to buy the Ideon key from them. But none of the hotkeys or the ring keys do that. I don't know why it does that. It's very weird. And it doesn't do it all the time. It's a sometimes bug. I hate sometimes bugs. That was not meant to be a park district. Right, we're actually in the green on everything. We're not producing money very fast, but that's okay. We're gonna fix that now. Financials are 4 grand. That's fine. But before I fix that, I need to fix more food. Alright, we now have the food. Now we just need to wait on money, money, money. Always waiting on something. There seem to be more neutral to convince. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's worth it, but I'm tempted to get over there just because, I mean, look at all that. Big old island there. But I don't want to do that until I've hit the 2 million mark, until I've beaten Joe, you know? Watchtower is 5. There we go. Now we're overproducing on everything. Now I'm going to happily build another spaceport. Cool. Solars are go. Okay. I wonder if I need you next to districts for that. Well, you know what? I can check by clicking you, can't I? Because I can go to you and mouse over that. No. Those just take effect. Good. Good, 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 good. Need more gold. Oh, interesting. It's producing native food. Running out of money. Right. Now I'm out of cash. Again. What else is new? Come on, money. Yay, more research. He'll be paused for a while. Nice. Give me access to 2 more gold deposits. Well, I'm certainly producing all of the goods in the world now. Okay, fishery selective fishing is on that line as well. Hydroponics for greenhouse. So there's a number of things I want along the agro and biotech line. I don't care about harvesters or blasting. The repair station could be cool. Factory, recycling, oil platform, waterworks. Organic farm, stone quarry, recycling, nuclear, cattle farm, mine, fishery, logistics. Amusement, arcade, financial... Okay, so this is the shopping center and financial district. Both of which would be super useful. I have quite a number of the goods upgrades. Very little in power upgrades. But if I'm going to rely on biomass, I have all the power upgrades I directly need. Where's the other greenhouse upgrade? One's there. Oh, I already have one, the energy screen. Okay, cool. Right, it's right there. So yeah, let's go up this line. Oh, nice. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Uh-oh. That was expensive. Tech licenses only apply to the one level. So, well, maybe I'll get it in the future. Nah, it probably only applies to the one level. I'm better off saving my cash. I don't own any of the oil platforms, I hope. Certainly haven't noticed them, if I do. Need more money, money, money. Upgrades. Do I go for the fishery upgrade, or do I start towards another power source upgrade? Yeah, I go for the fishery upgrades. You know what? We're going to grab you, because that gets me another fully upgraded food source. So that's 3, and it puts me one step closer to a fourth. Need to let some goods accumulate for a while. Goods, timber, ironware, consumer products. Okay. So I really don't need any more of these. And in fact, I need another warehouse. Ooh. Okay, if he's back up and running again, I need to focus on population growth right now. And at this exact moment, that means food. And then it means power right afterward. Uh-oh. Wow. Three got changed into 10,000, I see. Only a slight difference, right? Okay. Looks like no more gold out here. But I bet that there's some nice fertile territory. Yeah, right there. Now that's just deep ocean. Yeah, nothing. Alright, well I guess this buoy station is just gonna keep me close to... Oh, hey, look at that. Anyway, we're good on food for the moment. What do I need? I need deserts. We're full on food. That shipment will fix that. Without fixing our money problem. Nice. Ah, sigh. Oh wow, he's flown right past us while I've been busily trying to sort out other things. Hear the march of progress? I'm gonna fail the mission again. I wasn't being profitable enough. Grr. Twice in a row. Wow. Okay, I need to rethink things and maybe research this game a little before I play again. But I think that that is that, folks. Unfortunately. Yeah. Yep, ApolloCat's gonna be home anytime now, sometime in the next half hour or so, and I thought I was doing well, and then he broke the power problem and just took off. Yeah, jeez. He has nothing but city districts built. I'm sure his people are miserable and he's, like, killing the planet. But he doesn't care. All right, folks. I'm going to take off. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.